Hi, I'm Peter, and welcome to All About Filipina Relationships, the channel for foreign guys looking to date a Filipina, or for those already in a relationship with a Filipina. Many guys naturally assume that a Filipina is ready to race off with him and live their life happily ever after. The reality is that for many Filipinas, they have fears where you're concerned, and it can take a huge amount of courage and faith to overcome those fears. In this video, I'll tell you a major fear that a Filipina may have and what you can do to help her overcome this. So to find out, be sure to buckle up and stay with me here. Now, what I'm about to tell you here in this video is information passed on to me by many Filipinas over the years, and I believe it's important for any man who's thinking of a relationship with a Filipina, or for those already in a new relationship, to fully understand. Many Filipinas who you may see or chat with online haven't gone online looking for a foreign guy without serious consideration. Like many foreign guys who are seeking a Filipina, these women are seeking a foreign man in the hope of finding a good one. But the reality here is the Filipina has far more to lose in all of this than the man. And in some cases, they can end up physically and emotionally scarred as a result. But to these Filipinas who understand the risks, they live in hope of finding a loving and caring man, or at the bare minimum, a man who will treat her reasonably well. Whilst many Filipinas may be seen as a little naive or unworldly by many foreign men, I assure you, Filipinas talk to each other. They've all heard about other Filipinas that they may know, or perhaps they've read about, who have met a foreign guy and either have gone to live with him in his country, or perhaps they've settled down together in the Philippines. Now, whilst most of us foreign guys are decent men looking for a good Filipina to share our lives with, it's no state secret when I say some of these foreign guys that Filipinas start a relationship with are anything from rude to controlling and downright abusive in many senses of the word. So as I say, Filipinas do understand the risks involved here, and those risks become more so when she goes to live with a man in his country, far away from her family, friends, and the only life that she's ever known. You can be sure that a Filipina in a new country hasn't learned about the services available to her should she get into trouble. And you can bet your bottom dollar their boyfriend or husband won't be telling her these things. Now, in my videos, I'm always going on about men taking their time to get to know a Filipina. But even more so, a Filipina should be very careful before moving to a new country or even living with a foreign guy in the Philippines before committing to such a relationship. Now, you must know that one reason many Filipinas will rush into a relationship with a foreigner is because she fears he will find someone else. They know there are many other Filipinas out there who may be vying for the foreigner's attention and affection. So this can cause the Filipina to move rather quickly before he is lost to another. And right here, a Filipina must realise how fraught with danger doing this can be. In fact, I know they understand such dangers, but decide to roll the dice, so to speak, and hope she comes up lucky. Now, most of us have heard of some very sad stories Filipinas have told about abuse by their foreign boyfriends or husbands. You only need to do a Google search and you'll see some shocking stories. In my country, and more particularly in my community, I've seen men who control just about every aspect of their Filipina, from where and when she goes out, who she can speak with, right down to what she can eat and the clothes she can wear. In one instance, I know of a Filipina who shortly after marrying her new husband found herself in a very frightening position. I'm sure this is something that she may have heard about happening to other Filipinas, but prayed that it would never happen to her. At first, her foreigner seemed very nice and caring, did and said all the right things, but when she looked back, she can now see that she missed many red flags that were signs of sure trouble ahead. Once she came to live with him in a more rural community in Australia, she noticed that her husband was on the phone a lot and her name was being mentioned in those conversations. Not only was her name being mentioned, but her husband was describing her in detail to whoever he was chatting with on the other end of the phone. Now, I'm sure you know where this rather sad but true story is headed, so I'll cut to the chase. This man, and I do use the term man very loosely here, was indeed looking to sell his Filipino wife to other men for pleasure, and I assure you there was no shortage of takers. Now, I won't go into the ins and outs of what exactly happened, but gladly, after a short time, she knew she had to escape, and she found the courage to get out of there. I'm sure you can imagine how hard this would have been for a Filipina in a new country and in a remote area where she knew no one. She did manage to find some help via some other Filipinas, and they helped her to get emergency accommodation, and in the end, she was able to get a divorce from this guy and now lives a very good, productive and happy life. You must know that these things do happen, and sadly far more often than we'd really like to think. The harsh reality is that there are foreign guys out there who look for a Filipina because they know how quiet and submissive Filipinas can be, and for them, that allows them to be in control and to totally dominate the Filipina in any way he sees fit. Knowing this is the case, the onus is now on the Filipina to ensure that the foreign man is a decent and genuine person. So she must take plenty of time to get to know him and to be looking for any red flags or signs that things aren't adding up. And equally, a genuine and decent foreign man must be understanding and patient of a Filipina who's taking her time to get to know you and to be respectful of these reasons why she's doing so. You can help her to feel more at ease by being upfront, open and honest with her, and more so as the relationship progresses. Don't make her wait years for you to go and visit her in the Philippines. Chat with her for a few months and then go to the Philippines and see how you guys get on together is my best advice. This will not only help you to understand if you guys are compatible, but it will also help her to shed the fears she has about whether you're a good or bad guy. If you're looking for more information and tips on having a successful relationship with a Filipina, then be sure to check out the comprehensive playlist on screen now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.